So, this message is for someone who's at the moment very intrigued by someone else, very interested in a special sort of way. Okay, and if this message is for you, this special interest in this person could take a number of forms. Okay, so I'm getting several scenarios. One of them is for a person who knows this other person that they're so intrigued by very close and intimately. So this might be a significant other even. It could be a sibling, it could be a parent, it could be a child of yours. It's someone that close, okay? And then there's a different scenario I'm getting for someone that this is a person in the periphery of their life. So it's a sort of acquaintance, but a little closer than an acquaintance, okay? So maybe it's a relative, or maybe it's a friend that you used to be closer to and now you're not as close to. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting this two different scenarios, but the message is basically the same. That if this message is for you, you're highly, highly intrigued by this person as of recently. It's been an escalating intrigue is what I'm getting. So this person has captured your... It's like they're an enigma that you want to figure out. And it's been going on for a while. And you can't quite figure them out. And it's sort of driving you crazy, okay? So if this message is for you, whether it's someone that you're very close to and intimate with, that you feel like you can't quite figure out, and so you are really intrigued by them and their activities and what they do, etc. lately, or whether it's someone you're not as close to that is not that connected to you, the common link here is you have grown so intrigued by them that now they've become a bit of a preoccupation in your life. And if this is someone really close to you, like say a child or a significant other or a parent, you may have been justifying this sort of obsession with figuring them out as completely valid, which that's arguable, right? But the fact of the matter here is the effect this is having on your sort of a mental state, okay? This is making you obsess. There's something that doesn't add up to you, okay? Whoever this message is for, you will know it's for you. Because not only are you so intrigued by this enigma of a person that you feel shouldn't be an enigma to you, that's also a tell that will tell you this message is for you. You feel like, by definition, whoever this is should not be this big of an enigma to you. So yeah, if it's your spouse or your child or your parent, you're like, I should understand why you do this, and that, or why you behave the way you do, or the intricacies of what's going on in your life. This shouldn't have to be a mystery to me. I shouldn't have to be playing detective to figure out what's going on with you. So there's that frustration that comes with this intrigue as well. Now, if this is someone that is more of a acquaintance, what I'm getting in that scenario is that you feel this person has acquaintanified you. I think I just made that word up, but you guys know what I mean. So this, you feel like this person has turned you into an acquaintance, and you feel demoted. That's what I'm getting. You be feeling demoted. So you don't feel in the scoop. So you feel, okay, I'm getting now the clear picture. So you used to get the scoop on this person. This person used to be less of a mystery to you. Now, they're a big, huge fucking mystery, and it's getting on your nerves. And you're trying to figure them out, and they're fucking unfigure-outable. That's how you feel, okay? Like, listen to my language. Reflects your frustration, right? Like, you're like, really actually trying and putting some significant amount of effort here is what I'm getting, whether it's a scenario A or B, into figuring these people out, and you just can't. And you feel sort of an entitlement to this info, this intel, this intimate perspective on them. You feel like you should have it. So it irks you. And the more you can't figure them out, the more this grinds on you, and the more it sort of becomes an obsession. And here's the thing you need to understand, the message that's coming through, is that the more you try to figure this person out, and you know, I'm getting also that this could be a sort of combination of both scenarios. Maybe it's a child that you once used to know everything about, but now they're a teenager and they're leaving you out of their life, kind of. Or maybe is like a significant other that you separated from, and maybe you're still friends or you're still co-parenting or something, but you're not as close anymore and you don't get that information in their life and it's driving you nuts. Whatever the case may be, what you need to understand, and the message that's coming through, is that even your best efforts to figure this person out are only confusing you further. And that's because you are in fact so out of the loop and you've been over obsessing. So now your perception is skewed. Now you can't help but look at it from a skewed perspective. And it's also a case of looking so hard, you find things that aren't there because you're lacking evidence. It's like you're having a case of the paparazzis. Sorry, I mean, again, I know, you know, I giggle sometimes in these messages. And I don't mean to trivialize anyone's issues. It's just, it's funny to me sometimes what's coming out of me, you know. But anyway, this case of the paparazzis is not something I've ever said in my entire fucking life, and yet it just came out of my mouth, and so I find it funny, okay? But yeah, the reason I'm saying you have a case of the paparazzis is because, you know, the paparazzi have to come up with stories, and many times they don't have the meat and potatoes of that story. So then they have to connect dots that are just maybe not even dots, okay? Because a picture of two people walking out of a gym is not a dot, but the paparazzi make it into one, right? So that's kind of what you're dealing with, and it's because you are being so voyeuristic about this person. And so the message I'm getting is you need to quit this voyeuristic thing you're doing, okay? Like, you might have gotten lost in the times that we're living in, like the social media illusion of what relationships are, okay? Because here's what's gonna solve this entire enigma mystery for you, and it's gonna finally bring you peace of mind, and it's gonna make you feel functional and normal again about this person, and you'll stop hopefully obsessing so much about them. You need to talk to them. Okay, I mean, like, I don't feel like we needed God to use me as messenger for that, but here it is. You need to talk to them, okay? Whether it's someone from your past or someone that is demoted you to acquaintance, or whether it's a relative that you're no longer close to, or whether it's a significant other that you just feel like you can't figure out, or a child you can't figure out because they're so freaking, you know, ambiguous and doing their thing, or whatever it is. You need to sit them down. I need to have a conversation with them and ask questions. Now, if it's the person who acquaintance zoned you, you know, be respectful of the fact that they have set boundaries in your relationship. So don't be over intrusive, but ask direct, thoughtful questions in a polite manner, and they will answer you, and you don't have to live your life in mysteries and enigmas of trying to figure this person out. And if it's someone so close to you, this needs to be a changing, like a pivoting time in your relationship, where you change the dynamic, where instead of giving into the mysteries that this person sets forth, you confront them and ask questions, so there's no mystery, okay? So say, I'm just gonna use a quick example of the child that is now a teenager, and let's say they leave the house. You don't know where they're going, you don't know where they're coming back, and you don't know, like, who they're hanging out with or what's going on, and maybe they're 18 and there's nothing you can say about it, right? So you need to just be like, hey, so where you going? So who you going with? Why don't you bring them over to the house for dinner? Yeah, I would like that. And, you know, just change the dynamic, okay? So I hope that was helpful.